Welcome to Cam Look, your bi-weekly dose of Cincinnati Art Museum. Every Tuesday and Thursday, a staff member or volunteer shares a piece from the permanent collection and offers questions for discussion. Today, my colleague Tim and I, we're members of the docent corps, are excited to share the Marquis de Lafayette by Frederick Eckstein. Today, we're looking at a sculpture by Frederick Eckstein titled The Marquis de Lafayette. Completed in 1825, Eckstein memorialized Lafayette's visit to Cincinnati in a plaster bust skillfully painted to resemble the 68-year-old French nobleman, regarded by many as a kind of honorary founding father. One of the last living heroes of the American Revolution, Gilbert de Maurier, popularly known as Lafayette, a French military officer who volunteered to come to the U.S. in 1777 to help the new nation win its independence from Great Britain. Only 20 years old, the young Lafayette went to distinguish himself as a leader on George Washington's staff, developing a close relationship with the future president, who treated him like an adopted son. Later in the war, he briefly returned to France to convince Louis XVI to extend more aid to the struggling American cause, a cause in which Lafayette firmly believed. Winning acclaim at the Battle of Yorktown, Lafayette's name became forever associated with the Founding Fathers before returning to France. Already recognized as an honorary citizen of the United States, he returned to the still young nation in 1824 at the invitation of President James Monroe. After his arrival in New York City, the Marquis embarked on a year-long tour of the United States with stops in all 24 states, including Cincinnati, arriving here on May 19, 1824. Frederick Eckstein, our sculptor, came from a family of German artists and was formerly trained in Berlin. He immigrated to the United States as a young man, later moving to Cincinnati to become a schoolteacher. Lafayette's visit afforded Eckstein an opportunity to get back into art as a teacher and a sculptor. A relatively new Cincinnatian, having only arrived here in 1823, he was probably swept up in the excitement of Lafayette's tour and likely modeled the 67-year-old Marquis in clay based on his visit to the city. There is no doubt his visit was something of a phenomenon when the city's population of 12,000 reportedly swelled to almost 50,000 for the Frenchman's visit, arguably making it the first cultural event in Cincinnati's history. Among Eckstein's early students was Hiram Powers, who also came to the city in search of work, but went on to become one of America's greatest sculptors of the 19th century. Powers is believed to have worked on the Lafayette bust along with Eckstein. It was sculpted in the popular neoclassical style of the day, which emphasized symmetry, simplicity in form and color, along with identifiable references to classical Greco-Roman society. In pieces memorializing great political figures, artists like Powers also tried to create a sense of dignity, conjuring up feelings of civic virtues like sacrifice, honesty, and bravery, common themes in the post-revolutionary era. Lafayette was one of the few leaders of the Revolutionary War still alive in 1825. Poised in a toga, bearing a stoic expression, do you think Eckstein's neoclassical piece captures the idealized forms of one of America's founding fathers?